In this video, I want to talk about 3 types of liars. Okay, and I have watched Coronation Street tonight, and this is partly what has inspired me to actually do this piece. Okay, I hold a deep sadness, I truly do, for people who are unable to tell the truth. That may be a strange and funny thing to say, because a lot of people will say they hate liars, would much rather have a thief than a liar, and plenty of people say they don't like them because you never know where you stand with a liar. There may be a lot of reasons as to why a person chooses to lie. Funnily enough, liars don't get as much stick if they are like trying to protect someone from getting hurt or from making a mistake. People tend to overlook these kinds of lies because at the end of it, you may hear your mom only did that to protect you. Yes, I know they did that, but they were looking out for you. Your dad only did it to prevent something from happening. But notice how these people in these situations, they never use the word lie. They will lock horns and tell you it's for the good of the family that they did what they did, and at times even who an onlooker looking in, depending on their views and their personalities, they might go, that was understandable, I may have done the same thing too. So in my experience, you have 3 types of liars. Ones who will actually say it's for the good of you, and then you have these liars where in actual fact what they really want is to be thought well of, and in their heads to make you proud of them. And this is equally why I'm also touching on this, because of recent developments in Coronation Street. Ultimately, yeah, they want to be liked and they want you to be proud of them, and actually not just them as a person, but they actually want you to be proud of your achievements. Like, my son, he's a doctor, he's this, he's that, and that is what they would love to hear. However, this is wrong completely, and what these types of people are doing are going about it in the wrong way. I call these people lost children because they all have a childlike innocence where they want to be thought well of, where they want people to be proud of you. But the thing is, this is why I hold a deep sadness, because they don't seem to understand core values, and one of the main core values that everybody appreciates and wants in a husband, in a partner, in a colleague at work is trust. They need to know that they can trust you. It doesn't matter if you've made a fault, you've made a mistake. It's the lying, it's the covering up. I am literally on the other end. When I'm watching Coronation Street at the moment, I'm literally on the other end going, tell Angie the truth, tell Mary the truth, because even though that you want to be thought well of and all this business, even though in reality, once people find out, although they are gonna be initially hurt and angry, but then you find out this person, if it's your sister, if it's your dad, if it's your granddad or your mom, that they were proud of you all along, that you didn't have to be somebody that you are not. The thing is, okay, it starts because I've actually been here. It starts through their belief system, you know, the thoughts, negative thoughts that we tell ourselves all the time. And this actually stems from one of the main ones: I am not good enough. I need to meet my parents' expectations. And while this is true, and maybe they do, maybe on some level they do put a lot on you as a person, okay? But what is devastating is to hear your child like you and at the same time be very convincing. It is crushing, it is devastating. All people want to know that they can trust you. They don't care. I mean, this is me. If I'd a kid and they told me that they, I don't know, that they had a promotion at work just to impress me, I'd understand it, okay? I honestly would. But what would make it worse is if I went to everybody else and tell them, my daughter is a doctor, she got to be where she wanted to be, and then found out that it wasn't real. I'd be crushed. I would honestly be crushed, because at the end of the day, I just want my kid who be honest with me. That's all I'd want, and to be fair, I would be proud of them. Now I know that there are high expectations in families and you have to meet them. Well, that's how it feels at times, because you know they expect a lot of you. They expect you to have good manners, good etiquette. It's like, for example, Rose in Titanic, you know, that, and Rose was always talking about feeling confined, restricted, and when Rose was actually with Jack, she could be herself. She could let, you know, be who she wanted to be. She could have fun. Now I know from experience that, you know, expectations are hard, and they're really hard to meet, and I know not many people can, because they can be trapped kind of in this cycle of trying to impress. But I'm honestly trying to become authentic, and I can't do that if I want to be this way. So I am honest, and I get the most backlash possible. Oh, you don't want to be doing that. Oh, your hair's too long, it needs a haircut. You know, it is ridiculous the amount of things I go through, to be honest. But at the end of the day, people respect honest, authentic people. And things like this can start if you have a perfectionist as a mother. I have one. She's hard. Well, she is harder on herself than she is of me, but at times I beg to differ. My mum has constantly gone on at me about my looks, about my weight, how I dress, how I hold my head up high. She goes on about everything, to the point where it seems like she's actually nitpicking. And you know, it's hard, but I am trying to go with the thought process of, I am never going to live up to her expectations. Why am I trying? Because it is making me miserable, and I want to take care of myself, and I believe this is how to get out of that cycle. It's setting these people up to be disliked and distrusted, because ultimately what they wanted was for you to think well of them. They honestly do, but they are going about it in the wrong way completely. What they need to think is trust. What they need to think is, what would happen if I'm ever found out? What will happen? And hopefully that fear of disappointing your mom or whoever else ought to be what keeps you not from telling a lie what you think they want to hear. It is hard. It is hugely hard, and anyone out there going through the same thing has my huge sympathies. but we are looking as people for that connection, and we need to be ourselves, because if we are not ourselves yet and we enter into marriage going by what we think our husband or our wives want us to be, and we are not, it's not going to bode well for a happy, content marriage. It won't happen. They need to see into you. They need to know you, because if they don't know you at all, then what was the point? What was the point? See, I have in my past misled people, you know, and it's not something that I'm proud of. But the point is, I always thought in here, when I am with a person I love, I want them to get to know the real me. I want them to love me for me. And my husband, he loves me for me, because I've allowed him to see me at my worst. I've allowed him to see me when I'm angry, when I'm sad. He needs to know the whole of me, meaning he has the whole of my heart. I have never believed for 1 second that a relationship, a intimate, serious relationship that would lead to maybe marriage, would actually survive if I didn't tell that one person the truth, and to get comfortable with this person in order to do it. Okay, this is the third type of liar. Okay, these are people who are the total fabricators. Oh yeah, people who have a big imagination. They will tell you that they've been to some amazing place, or you've asked them a question and they argue with so much detail. For example, they might have got away with it if they said they had gone for a walk to clear their head, if they weren't somewhere where they said they'd actually be. But when they, you know, when they come and they tell you, I bumped into an old mate, we got chatting and he took me out for coffee, or her, and all he or she did was talk about their pet poodle. It's too much information. You do have to be careful with total fabricators, because they make it sound really, really real, and they will tell it to you like it's the truth, because they want you to believe it's true. And it's very, very easy to get swept up into the whirlwind of it all, and the next thing you know, you're making excuses for them, or until someone goes, you do know such and such sharp closes at this time, and this person tells you that they've actually been here, your first thought would be to confront this person, and then once you actually do, they then tell you something else, that it was his mate that owned this shop and made an exception to give them a packet of cigarettes or a beer. And it sounds very plausible and real. These people have had experience all lying for a long, long time, okay? And they have got away with it. But look here. The damage this does to them is, as I'm telling everybody on here, telling the truth, yeah, is a practice. Then what do you think happens when you get in the habit of constantly telling lies? They become second nature to you. You find you're saying things all the time to get out of trouble, to keep the peace, or to keep your private life private. Sometimes they make things sound dramatical, more than they intend to, because they are quick on their feet, have the gift of the gab, and once you confront them again, trying to make sense of it all, you find they've still been going to their mate's house, and this mate is the one you've told him or her to stay away from months ago. Now it's, have they been lying to you for all this time? It now throws the whole relationship into jeopardy. Here's the thing. You might get the well-meaning, intentional people who know you're not going to get along with their mates, but have decided to tell you something to make you feel better because they value you in their life. But the problem is, with these types of liars, you can actually get narcissists and sociopaths who fall into this category, and these people will actually manipulate you, who use and hurt you. So it's very, very, very hard to differentiate who of but I will tell you this: the more you associate yourself with liars, what happens is you always get sucked into the drama. And if it's plausible, if it makes it really, this person is telling you something that is really believable, you can actually have and hear horrible lies, like, for example, girls crying rape when they don't even know what rape feels like, but you believe them because of what they've told you, their story. This is the type of liar area that really you want to avoid. So you can make excuses and they might want to change, but as I have mentioned, telling the truth is a practice. What is gonna happen, when you find out that they've lied about something else, it might not be nothing like heating or nothing, but it could be, well, you told me to meet you at this time, you weren't there, and another person has told me that they saw you here. You know, it is really hard to have a relationship with these types of people. You can make excuses maybe and believe that underneath it all they are good people. But if someone can't tell you the truth, okay, it's these people with their issues, not you. You're never gonna change them. They aren't gonna be changed by the love of a woman. It's habits. Like if they continue to lie and they've done it for such a long time, things will happen. Things will happen again and again and again, and they will even tell you they want to change. They might but this is the last time. Old habits are hard. They can't help it. And but you need to respect yourself enough at this age, especially at this stage, to walk away. Sadly, we can't change them or fix them. If you've never been messed up, you just think, lying, how awful, lying. I couldn't live like that. And they are right. You shouldn't. And even if someone never hits you or anything like that, lying is still destructive in its own path, and sometimes you have to go. Enough is enough.